have seen a lot of women laughing at passport bros, because we can replace men like you with cats and dogs because no other woman in your own country wants you anymore.
Don't understand how the most mid men can leave America, travel to these other countries, and just pull absolute heads.
Today we are going to be watching American influencers losing men and their minds to foreign girls.
A passport bro is a man who is done with entitled, ungrateful, high mileage women in the West demanding provider status while offering nothing but an attitude and an OnlyFans link.
Follow along and enjoy. This video was made for strictly artistic and comedic reasons only. No harm or offense is intended upon anyone featured or shown in this video.
You guys know that there's a trend encouraging men to all get passports and travel abroad. It's not just for sights or good food, it's to find wives. Find women who are more traditional. They're traveling all across the world just to find women who are more humble, more feminine, and willing to treat their men better than women in the US. Traveling to places like Italy, Thailand, Brazil, just to find women who will treat them right. They believe the ideology that by seeking foreign women, they can find a more authentic, fulfilling, and harmonious relationship. This is triggering some women because they think that these men are interested in finding these women. They think they will be more submissive.
That might also be because U.S. culture is lacking of morals and commitment on women's behalf nowadays, which is something that doesn't happen abroad.
You want a hot, traditional wife who actually respects masculinity? Pack your bags, bro. Femininity isn't gone, it's just relocated. No lectures, no I'm a boss babe too. Just softness, loyalty, and polarity that actually feels natural again. The first place, Eastern Europe, the blonde bombshell belt. Think of Poland, Hungary, Ukraine. Think 5'9" blonde bombshells who still believe in being wives, not rivals. 94% of Polish women say a woman's role is to make home feel like peace, not pressure. In Ukraine, traditional wives outnumber Tinder feminists 20-1. Land in Warsaw and you'll remember what being a man feels like again.
Well, here it is. I know where I'm going this summer.
This is a huge reason why men love foreign women. Women, unlike Western women, are actually taught from a young age on how to treat men properly. Western culture, women are raised with entitlement and they're only taught on what to expect from men, how they should treat men. Men are only taught on how to treat women, but not on what they should expect in return from women.
I mean, this is something that we should all be taught to regardless of our gender. Treating each other with manners and doing it right is a basic moral value that we should all have.
What do you think on feminism?
I don't support feminism.
Why not?
Because I think for a woman it's very important to be with a man. First of all, human is human. And second, I was born and raised in a country where women love men. And we respect them and we want to make their life happier, easier. And we love that, we love this feeling to make our men happy. And here's a big difference between European or Muslim. I'm totally fine with that cultures, but I don't know.
Why do you think the women here are so brainwashed and they don't think like that anymore?
American ones?
Yeah.
I think because they're too strong. And to be honest, I really think that American guys are kind of scared of them.
American women should all learn and have the same education as this girl regarding on how to treat men.
Why American men don't want to date American women anymore. Some American men feel that American women are very entitled. They feel that many American women expect a partner who fit a specific ideal. He has to be smart, attractive, successful, fit. They believe that many American women have unrealistic expectations. They expect their partners to do everything and they expect their partners to put their needs above their own. Two, because of the rise of radical feminism, there is a loss of femininity among American women and they even started to adopt some masculine traits.
I agree with her on both points. Entitlement, the unreal expectations, and feminism are ruining dating in this country.
There's a sensuality deficit in the United States, and that is not up for debate. That is a fact. There's a sensuality deficit, and that is why I believe that it is harder for American women to embrace their feminine energy because it is so discouraged here and we have very few examples of it. Everything is so capitalist that it's about doing more, achieving more. You know, how productive can you be? How hard can you work? How much can you suffer? How much can you sacrifice? How much can you do? How much can you give? How much can you be a woman that's doing the work of 10 different people and still you're expected to be hot? That is not femininity, okay? That is taking a masculine standard and saying you must meet it, but also look hot.
She is right. We can't keep mixing the capitalist culture with dating life. But let me know in the comments what you guys think about this one.
What do you think's wrong with women in society today? The entitlement piece. Just thinking that looks are everything. I mean, just with men, at least in my opinion, I think that like we have to add income. We have to support them, be protective. We just have to have all these qualities, and they think that them just having attractive features is enough. I mean, you need to be caring, in my opinion. You need to be caring. You need to be loving. You need to be able to kind of support me and compliment me in those things. But
well, sounds like the problem with entitlement is kind of becoming a common sense by now.
Okay, what is it with women in this instance? I'm not saying it's not true in the reverse, but for now I'm talking about women who are so entitled and vapid that they expect to be handed this top-notch guy, top 1% guy on a silver platter, and they don't have to do anything in return. Like they just think that they can smile and look pretty and have gone to, I don't know, maybe not even an Ivy League school, but a half decent school, come from a middle class family in suburbia, and they qualify. That's it. They don't have to, open up. They don't have to invest time or energy, let alone, money into being truly considered and qualified to have any FaceTime with this top guy. Now, I think a lot of women are just, I think this is putting it under the vapid category. They're just not really aware of their pretty privilege. They're not really aware that they, get away with a lot of things, but it doesn't fly in the end. That's why you're seeking someone at 30 odd, 40 years old, single, and wishing that you had someone to start a family with.
Finally, someone spoke about it. The pressure and the responsibility of the relationship nowadays has been put all on one half back, and it's the men's half.
Can we have a serious conversation about the LBHs, passport bros, like whatever you want to call them? I just don't understand how the most basic level men can leave America, travel to these other countries, and just pull absolute tens, like the hottest girls that you will ever see. And these men, like men that we wouldn't even look twice at, are just pulling them and convincing them to date them. Like, I truly don't understand it. Can someone please explain to me how this is happening?
Well, I can. It's pretty simple. What happens is the passport bros simply find themselves on a position where a foreign woman value what U.S. women don't, their personality over their looks.
What is a passport bro? A passport bro is a man who is done with entitled, ungrateful, high mileage women in the West demanding provider status while offering nothing but an attitude and an OnlyFans link. Done with 50% divorce rates, false accusations, alimony, traps, and child support jails. Done with feminism lies. You're toxic if you want a feminine, loyal, fit, debt-free, low body count. So he grabs his passport, flies to Colombia, Thailand, Philippines, Ukraine, Brazil, anywhere but the US. Places where women still value men. Cook, stay slim, don't weaponize sex, and see marriage as a partnership, not a paycheck. Stats don't lie, my friends.
She is straight up talking facts, and like she said, stats don't lie.
I've not seen any women crying over passport bros. However, I have seen a lot of women laughing at passport bros. Because we can replace men like you with cats and dogs, but y'all have to literally go to another country because no other woman in your own country wants you anymore.
No, that is not why some men are choosing to go to other countries in hopes of finding their life partner. It's because many aspects of modern society has turned the dating pool for men into a veritable cesspool of toxic behavior. That's what we call men making the best decisions for themselves, their futures, and their mental health.
I don't think there's any more to say. Blonde girl just got slammed with arguments.
Passport bros. Can you explain that to me again? So like,
I'm not like 100% sure. I just started seeing it on TikTok, but it's like when guys, I think it's particularly in the States, like they leave to go to like Southeast Asia or just Asia.
so many people are going to Southeast Asia.
Yeah, to like find wives there and then bring them back.
Like find like a Vietnamese girl or like a Filipino girl and then like bring them back.
Yeah, it was something to do with how like they couldn't find partners here because they're all too like woke feminist or whatever.
Yeah, anywhere that isn't the US with its current feminist situation is way better for dating.
What I can appreciate about Passport Bros is I think it's an effective flag being raised for Western women. The motivation for it is the fact that men are still expected to act very traditionally. They're expected to be very chivalrous. They're expected to be protectors. Maybe they're not expected to provide to the same extent now that women can essentially match them on income. But if that's what a man's duty to you is, to be chivalrous, it's very, very loosely defined what a woman's duty to a man is.
It's very ambiguous.
And that is why I think they go to places where they are actually taught from a young age how to treat a man. What is your duty to a man? And whether you want to talk about in the context of the word submission, which I know that a lot of girls don't like, me and her use the word deference instead of submission. Sounds a little bit better. It's like she wants to defer to her man a little bit more than he defers to her, which is essentially submitting. But I would love to know what you guys think. If men have those duties to you, and that's an expected duty, what do you think your duty to men is?
Let us know in the comments what you guys think that duty is. It looks like you made it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed watching, like, subscribe, and check out a few other videos or our shorts. Bye.